Hello, ACP wrestlers, family, and friends. We're here to celebrate the 2019-2020 ACP wrestling season. Obviously, this isn't how we envisioned it or planned to have this celebration, but because of the situation, this is the way we thought would be best to do it, to celebrate an outstanding season and recognize all of our wrestlers for their hard work and dedication. We wanted to do that. So let's get started and take a look at the season. This morning, as I kind of sat down and was just jotting some things down, some of the things that happened during the season, what we did, what we accomplished, and these are some things that kind of came to my mind. So listen to these and think let's see if you can remember some of these things happening. So we had a state champion, Jad Mazbouti. We had a state runner-up, Kellen Gibson. We had a fifth place state finisher in Sebastian Rochin. We had a ninth place team finish at state. Our second time we've been in the top 10 at state. We had a school record, 30 dual meet wins. We earned the Sportsmanship Award at the Titan Invitational. We watched ASU defeat Penn State. We ran hills. We ran sprint ladders in the gym. We pushed sleds. We flipped tires. We did bunny hops. We lifted weights. We drilled technique. We wrestled live. We listened to Coach Huffman ramble sometimes. We sweat. We bled. We threw up. We had injuries. We cried. We laughed. We ate a lot of chicken wings. Logan ate a crayon. No, take that back. That was last year, but we still talked about it this year. We celebrated. And probably last, but most importantly, we built character and we had fun. What more can you ask of? And I'm really happy that I was able to be a part of this season where all these things happened, and it was a year that I'll always remember. So congratulations on a great season. So what we're going to do here, we were going to go through each of our assistant coaches and kind of let them each share some thoughts on this season, and then we'll come back to me and I'll kind of do a quick rundown of the season and award some awards for our outstanding wrestlers this year. So we're going to start with Coach Ashani. Just to say a little bit about Coach Ashani, he's becoming one of the a fine young coach for wrestling. He's in his second year now coaching, and he's kind of starting to hit his groove here, really learning how to coach. His last couple of years in high school, he really developed some good technique, and I think after a couple of years of coaching now, he's really starting to learn how to break it down and really show the kids and improve their technique, and that's obviously showing in the room. He works out quite a bit with Jad Mazbouti and Kellen Gibson. He spent a lot of time working with those two, and you can see what happened with those two this year, a state championship and a state runner-up. So we're really lucky to have Coach Ashani working with our team. He was a former wrestler here at ACP, so glad to have him. So Coach Ashani is going to share some of his thoughts on the season.
Hey guys, Coach Ashani here. Like Coach said, obviously these aren't ideal conditions. I wish we could be here with all you guys. It's been about like 3 months since I've seen you. But yeah, like Coach said, we've had a great season. I really enjoyed coaching all you guys. Obviously we've had a lot of success. We put in a lot of hard work. We've been through adversity. I think almost all of our seniors, they had some injuries at some point in their career. But we worked through it, and yeah, I really enjoy coaching all you guys, and I'm looking forward to coaching all you guys again next year.
All right, thanks, Coach Ashani. Next up is going to be Coach Halik, and similar to Coach Ashani, Coach Halik is in his second year coaching here with us at ACP. He's another former wrestler here at ACP. He was actually our first wrestling state champion and only state champion until this year, where Jad joined him. But again, Coach Alik is starting to hit his stride coaching, really learning the finer points of coaching and working with the kids. He really worked a lot with our freshmen and JV, went to a lot of tournaments with them this season, and really did a good job working with those guys. And I think we're going to see those results in the upcoming years with those younger wrestlers. So again, I'm really happy to have Coach Alik on our staff, and he's going to share some thoughts on this season.
Hey everybody, Coach Alik here. Watching a lot of the younger guys at these tournaments, I sometimes just couldn't believe my eyes. A lot of you guys were wrestling better than I see some other schools, juniors and seniors wrestle, and it was just amazing. And I can't believe that in such a short amount of time we're seeing such great progress in you guys. And I can't wait to see how it goes to the future and how you guys that are now freshmen and sophomores move on as upperclassmen. I think it's going to be great, and I can't wait to see how the junior high comes up. And I'm really excited for the program and really excited to coach in the future.
Thanks, Coach Alik. Next up is Coach Perez, and Coach Perez is another former ACP wrestler, and you can kind of see the pattern going here. And I guess that's a good thing when you're having your former wrestlers come back and join your staff and work with the program. So I think that's a good sign, and we're hoping that'll even continue next year when we're thinking about trying to get Jad Mazbudi on the staff next year. So Jad, we'll be talking. So Coach Perez, what more can you say about Coach Perez? He wrestled here at ACP, had a great career. He was kind of the pioneer of this program. He was the only wrestler on the team that first year, so he really helped me start this program off. So we owe him a lot. After he finished his career here at ACP, he went on, earned a scholarship, and went to school and wrestled at University of North Carolina at Pembroke. Had a really successful career down there. He wrestled his 4 years down there, and we were fortunate enough to get him back in December. He finished school a little bit early, a semester early, and he came back and was able to join our staff and really provide a boost for our team. His college experience really has helped bring some intensity into the room. I think that's a really important thing that he's been able to bring to our room, is the intensity level. College wrestling is at another level, and he was able to kind of bring that intensity into our room, and hopefully he can be a part of that, our future, and keep doing that for our room. Lots of technique, very knowledgeable in the sport of wrestling, and he's really helped our kids. He worked a lot with Jad Mazbudi going into that state tournament run, and really helped him a lot. So he's got a lot to provide our team, and hopefully with his job he can work out some flexibility to be a part of our staff and continue to help this program the way he has. So Coach Perez, could you share some of your thoughts on this past season?
Hello everyone, it's Coach Perez. Like Coach Huffman said, and the other assistant coaches, it's an unfortunate situation that we have going on right now. But I hope all of you and your families are staying safe right now during these tough times. And I know you guys are doing schoolwork and staying fit, so for next season. And for you guys who are graduating, don't let yourselves go. So, the first thing I wanted to start off with was, as Coach Huffman said earlier, I was the first one on the program, and one thing that really, to me, it was a beautiful sight. It was just awesome to see was after I graduated, I came back about 3 weeks into the season. I walked into the wrestling room, and Coach Huffman was talking to all of you guys, and it was the coolest thing to me to see all these coaches, all these assistant coaches in there. And at the time, I think there was about 35 to 40 wrestlers in there, and it was just an amazing sight. We've come such a long way, and the camaraderie that you guys have built, and the team and the team energy, the culture, it has been awesome to watch over the past few years. And watching the younger guys this year, I know that the program's in good hands, and I know you guys are going to do great things in the season, and I can't wait for that. Throughout the season, it was awesome to watch you guys grow, not only on the mat, but as people as well. I really, you can still tell the difference from the first day of the season to the end of it. And just the confidence you guys have built within yourselves, and you've proven to yourselves what you can do on the mat and also off the mat. And my only hope is for you guys that are graduating, and also for you guys that are coming back, is not only that you learn to take the skills that you've learned on the mat, but also apply them to your life, and really focus on applying those in the school, your family, your friendships, and everything else that you decide to dedicate yourselves to, because I can tell you that it will pay dividends for you in the future. And I know that'll happen because all of you guys are great kids. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is, my favorite word, intensity. So keep the intensity not only on the mat, guys, but throughout your whole lives, and I promise you'll do big things. So I'm happy for you guys. It was awesome seeing you and being in your corner sometimes, and being in the mat with you and drilling with some of you. And make sure to use those walls.
Thank you, Coach Perez. And last but not least, my sidekick, Coach Lindstrom. Coach Lindstrom and I have been doing this for quite a while now, and we've really learned to work together really well. We kind of keep each other in check, kind of bring each other down when we need it, lift each other up when we need it. So I feel really fortunate, and I think our team is really fortunate to have Coach Lindstrom as one of our coaches. He works really well with all the guys on our team and girls, and he just has that positive, enthusiastic attitude that really brings out that positivity in our team. So I really appreciate him for that, and I think our team appreciates that. So, Coach Lindstrom, could you share some thoughts on the season?
Hey guys, Coach Lindstrom here. It's kind of a real crappy situation that we have to do this over the internet rather than in person. It's kind of like wrestling over the internet. You can't really do it that well. So hopefully you guys are doing all the daily workouts that are coming back next year, because you're going to be a very small percentage of wrestlers that are actually working hard still. A lot of kids are probably taking this time off to play video games, hang out with friends, stuff that's not going to really help them for next year, and they're not getting any mat time either. So you guys got to put in that extra effort now. The pandemic does suck. Obviously, it's why I'm wearing a hat and I didn't get dressed up, because I'm still stuck in pandemic mode where I haven't dressed up in a while. And I gave myself a haircut and it didn't come out well at all. So why I'm wearing the hat. But anyways, I want to thank the families, the parents especially, that brought their kids out to every tournament, made sure we had food and beverages, and just were there to support their own kids. That was awesome. Some of the families traveled all over this state to watch their kids wrestle. So that's an awesome thing to see as a coach and as a program. One of the best schools programs we have at the school with the sport. We've been successful for many years now, producing lots of great students and athletes. 2 state champions, runner-ups, multiple state placers. In my opinion, this is probably the best sport we have because of the commitment you guys have put into this. The coaches can only do so much. It's up to you guys to do what we need you to do. So, like I said, just keep working hard throughout this off season, and next season will be even better. For my seniors that aren't going to be coming back next year, please do come back and say hi to Coach and I, because it's been a while since we've seen you without this fourth quarter to say our real official goodbyes. The summer's going to go by, and then you guys are going to start college and be swooped up in a lot of busy stuff. But take a moment, come on by and see the team, see the coaches, and like Michael Perez said earlier, maybe you'll be blown away of how far this program has come to when you walk in that room and see the great things that we're doing. Until we get to see each other again, guys, take care, and girls, work hard, and I'll see you guys next year.
All right, thank you very much, coaches. I feel really fortunate to have these four guys on our staff. We're working with our team daily. I think our kids are really lucky to have these guys working with them, and I feel fortunate to have them on our staff. So thank you guys. I just wanted to do a quick recap on our season. And on the Remind video, or the Remind that was sent to all you guys, parents and wrestlers, there is a program attached. So if you want to print this out, it's kind of a program for this banquet in our season. Has a bunch of our accomplishments and awards. So you might want to check this out. And I'm going to kind of work my way through it here to kind of recap the season and talk about some of the awards and accomplishments that we earned throughout the season. So we did have we did finish the season with a dual meet record of 30 wins and 3 losses. That was a school record. It actually really broke the record big time. Before that, our record wins was 24. We had 24 wins was the previous record. But just a testament to how hard our wrestlers have worked and grown over the years to achieve that 30 wins in a season. So outstanding job. We won the Chandler Prep Titan Invitational Championship for the second consecutive year. We also, as a part of that tournament, we earned the Sportsmanship Award that was voted on by the officials and referees. So really a proud moment for me as a coach to not only win the championship on the mat, but also be recognized for our character and our behavior by the officials and the referees. That was really a proud moment of the season for me to win that award. Again, that's a testament to our staff and our wrestlers. The other tournaments throughout the season, we wrestled in some tough tournaments. We really challenged ourselves this year. We went to the Wickenburg dual meet tournament where we ended up in 4th place. Just one loss there. We lost to Peoria. That was one of our 3 losses this year, but that was it. We went over to Apache Junction, another rugged tournament with a lot of D2 and D3 schools. Very competitive. We ended up in 6th place there, losing to a Division II team, Marana, for 5th and 6th, and to Poston Butte. So very competitive in that tournament. The Ironwood Invitational, we placed 5th place there, and that was made up of a lot of D1 and D2 schools. Perry was over there, Dobson, Ironwood, and we were very competitive, finishing in 5th place. And then we went up to the Doc Wright tournament. That was a meat grinder. I'll tell you, we really stepped up in competition there. There were teams from Utah, teams from New Mexico, and that was really a good experience for our team to go up and experience that level of a tournament. So very competitive. We had 2 place winners there, several other wrestlers that won matches there. So like I said, it was a great learning experience for our wrestlers. So outstanding season, dual meet wise and tournament wise. We really had a lot of success. Then we came to the end of the season, the sectional tournament. We finished in our usual 3rd place. I think we've been stuck in that spot for several years, but that was a really tough sectional this year. So 3rd place in that sectional was pretty impressive. Actually, 5 of our sectional teams placed in the top 9 spots at the state tournament. So pretty amazing, a pretty strong sectional. And then we had 8 state qualifiers from that sectional. We had 8 of our wrestlers move on to the state tournament. And at the state tournament, we were able to wrestle really well and finish in the top 10 for our second time. We actually finished in 9th place as a team. And we had 3 of our wrestlers get on the award stand and place in the top 6. Jad Masboudi was the state champion at 195. Kellen Gibson was the state runner-up at 220. And Sebastian Rochin was our 5th place finisher at 106. So just an outstanding performance throughout the season, all the way through the state tournament. Couldn't be more proud of the performance of our wrestlers. Once the season ended, we had numerous off-season awards for on the mat performances and in the classroom performances. We had 6 of our wrestlers were named to the all CUSD team. Jad Masboudi was named to the first team, all CUSD. Kellen Gibson was also first team All-CUSD. Then we had four wrestlers, honorable mention All-CUSD. We had Sebastian Rochin, Nate Huffman, Curtis Wilkerson, and Mishi Estrada for the girls varsity team. So, great job. A really great award for 6 of our wrestlers there. Then we had multiple wrestlers earn some academic awards after the season concluded. We had 16 people that were named to the All-State, All-Academic team by Sports 360 AZ, and I'm going to name them real quick here. To earn this award, they had to have earned a varsity letter, and they had to have either a 3.0 unweighted GPA or above a 4.0 weighted GPA, and we had many wrestlers achieve that. Kellen Gibson, Logan Sandlin, Connor Cantrude, Carter Patton, Jad Masboudi, Nate Huffman, Owen Sullins, Becca Stevens, Andrew Stevens, Curtis Wilkerson, Ryan Harding, Aaron Barnes, Cameron McDonald, Patrick Sherman, Sebastian Rochin, and Travis Wynn all earned the All-State Academic Award. Last week, we got word that the National Wrestling Coaches Association and the U.S. Marine Corps named 8 of our wrestlers Scholar All-Americans. And to earn this award, again, they had to have earned a varsity letter, and they had to have above a 3.5 unweighted GPA. And we had 8 of our wrestlers that were named to the Scholar All-American Award, and they were Jad Masboudi, Owen Sullins, Logan Sandlin, Kellen Gibson, Connor Cantrude, Carter Patton, Nate Huffman, and Andrew Stevens. Those 8 really showed excellence on the mat and in the classroom. So very proud of how we're doing on the mat and in the classroom. And then one last academic award. A couple years ago, we came up with the ACP Wrestling Academic Achievement Award. This is for our entire team, anybody that completes the season, which it's a rigorous sport. And just to make it through the season shows a lot of character and dedication. We've been talking a lot about varsity wrestlers so far, but this award is also open to our freshmen and JV wrestlers. They had to have earned a 3.4 GPA or higher. And we actually have 4 of our wrestlers that have a perfect 4.0 GPA right now. So these are our ACP Wrestling Academic Achieve Award winners. With a perfect 4.0 GPA, we have Dylan Banhart, Lucas Conklin, also a perfect 4.0, Kellen Gibson's a perfect 4.0, and Gabe Huffman right now is a perfect 4.0. So extra congratulations to those 4 for having a perfect 4.0, being able to balance their wrestling and their schoolwork. The rest of these wrestlers also were above a 3.4, and we had a couple of them. Connor Cantrude had a 3.97. I don't even know how you get a 3.97. Is that like 1 A minus? And Jad Masboudi had a 3.95. So those guys are about as close as you can get to 4.0. But the rest of these had above a 3.4 at least or higher. Also Nate Huffman, Nathan McMahon, Carter Patton, Ian Fu, Diego Rios, Logan Sandlin, Andrew Stevens, Baruch Stevens, Becca Stevens, Owen Sullins, Xander Treat, Sahil Verma, and Curtis Wilkerson. All right, so we're going to finish up. We've got 4 more awards here we're going to go through. You can see some of them on the table here. All right, our first one is our Character Matters Competitors of the Year. And we follow a curriculum called Character Matters throughout the season, and we talk about different personal traits and characteristics that make a good human being, a good person, and help build character. And we award throughout the season some of our wrestlers for displaying these characteristics. Now at the end of the season, we're choosing one varsity and one JV wrestler for really displaying a lot of these things throughout the season. I'll start with our JV winner for our Character Matters Competitor of the Year. And this young man got to wrestle a little bit of varsity this year. He really was in a tough spot with some strong wrestlers around his weight classes, so he wasn't able to crack the varsity lineup. But actually, he did. We were able to put him in the Chandler Prep Invitational tournament to wrestle open. He was able to wrestle unattached because they had some open spots, and he actually in this varsity tournament wrestled well enough. He met our varsity wrestler in the semifinals. Ended up losing that match, and I think he ended up in fourth. Dropped down to fourth or fifth place, but earned a medal at a varsity tournament. Pretty impressive for being on the JV team. But this young man he's one of the hardest workers on our team. He's traveled all over the place with us, all over the state, all over the country, from Colorado to Cottonwood to all over the place. He doesn't miss anything. He's at all our extra workouts in the off season. And I really hope he can find a spot his senior year next year to reach his goals, because he really deserves it, all the time and dedication that he commits to this sport. He's really been a great role model to our younger guys, with him being here, like I said, all the time, working hard. Really a great model for what we want ACP wrestlers to be. So our one of our Character Matters Competitor of the Season is going to go to Ben Klutwick. So congratulations to Ben for earning that award. All right, and our varsity Character Matters Competitor of the Season is going to go to a young man. He if he was on most teams other than our team, he probably would have won the Outstanding Wrestler award, but he happened to be on a team where we had a really dominant performer winning a state championship that is going to win that Outstanding Wrestler award. But this, you're not going to find a stronger student athlete than Kellen Gibson. This award is going to go to Kellen Gibson. Like I said, you're not going to find a stronger student athlete. He's the definition of a student athlete. He goes from football in the fall, moves right into wrestling in the winter, and then he transitions right into track and field in the spring. And at some time during all three of those, he finds time to also do hockey. So he's doing four sports throughout the season. In addition to, as you heard a few minutes ago, has a 4.0 unweighted GPA. So he's doing it high level, academically and athletically. Just a definition of what we want our athletes to be like here at ACP. So, and you can see it. When we're at tournaments, he's in the bleachers with his textbooks out, doing his homework. We're on the bus, traveling to another school for a dual meter tournament. He's got his flashlight and his textbook out. He's doing homework. So he is a perfect winner of this Character Matters Award because he does display all of the characteristics and traits that we talked about this year. So congratulations to Kellen Gibson, our Character Matters Competitor of the Year. All right, outstanding, our outstanding Wrestler of the Year. We're going to start with that one because, like I said, it was pretty much an easy decision this year. I hate to say that because we do have a lot of outstanding wrestlers on this team, but you're not going to see a more dominant high school season than what Jad Masboudi did this season. He finished the season with a record of 54 wins and 2 losses. The 2 losses were to wrestlers in higher divisions. He just dominated all the way through the season. When he got to the state tournament, he, like I said, you're not going to see a more dominant state tournament. He pinned his way through the state tournament to win the state championship. He pinned all four of his opponents on the way to the title. So just a remarkable season that he had. And not only individually winning the state championship, becoming our second state champion to join Coach Halik, but he was also a teammate, incredible teammate. He was a daily partner with Kellen Gibson pretty much every day, working out with him, and you can kind of see what happened with Kellen Gibson. Kellen ended up going all the way to the state finals, losing in the championship match, being a state runner-up. And him and Jad worked out together almost every day. Jad was just a leader for all of our wrestlers, the younger wrestlers, his fellow varsity wrestlers. Helped lead us to 30 wins. So his leadership and being a great teammate is going to be really missed when he leaves next year. Can't say enough about his career here. He finished his career as the all-time winningest wrestler here at ACP, past Coach Ashani this year at some point. So we're going to really miss him, and we're hoping we can work together with him and get him in here as a coach to join our staff and to keep working with this program. So congratulations to our outstanding wrestler for 2019-2020, Jad Mazbudi. Now, a little bit tougher decision on this next award, the Most Improved Wrestler Award. And every year I say this, that it could be given to almost anybody on this team. We have so many wrestlers on this team that have shown tremendous growth and improvement throughout the season, that if I could, I'd give an award to almost everybody on this team. But unfortunately, we have to pick just one, and this was a hard decision. We went back and forth many times, and to be honest, when I was in the Marty's Trophy store, I was actually on the phone with two of our coaches, still trying to make up the decision as I was in the trophy store, ready to order the trophy. But we did come up with one, and I think he's very deserving of this award. He was a freshman last year, so he wrestled in a lot of the freshman and JV tournaments, like a lot of our freshmen and JV guys this year. And I think he probably won a handful of tournaments or matches. I think going to all these freshmen and JV tournaments as a freshman, like I said, he probably won a handful. I can't even remember. We don't have record of it, but I'd say probably a handful of matches he won. So he went from that as a freshman, winning a handful of matches, to his sophomore season now, got onto the varsity team, ended up with a varsity record of 27-13. Got into the finals of several of the tournaments we went to. Qualified for the state tournament, and really got that state tournament experience this year. And really look forward to seeing how he's going to continue this improvement and what he's going to do in the next couple of years. But just tremendous growth from winning a handful of matches to being 27-13 on varsity and qualifying for the state tournament. So our most improved wrestler for 2019-2020 is Patrick Sherman. Congratulations to Patrick. All right, and our last big award here is a special award. This is named after one of our assistant coaches. We talked a little bit about Coach Perez earlier, but he was our first wrestler. He began the program. He was the only wrestler on that first year when we started the program. So he went through a lot of trials and tribulations, not having any teammates. Him and I would travel. You probably heard a lot of the stories. We traveled all around to tournaments and dual meets, just him and I. So it was tough for Coach Perez, and so he tackled a lot of things and really pioneered this program and helped to build it to what it is today. So we have actually named this award after him, the Michael Perez Achievement Award, and it goes to a senior that has displayed a lot of those characteristics. A wrestler who has worked through some tough times, has really persevered through things, has really shown some grit, has shown leadership for his teammates and his team. That's what we're really looking for. And this year's recipient of the Michael Perez Award, I can't tell you how proud I am of this young man. I've talked about him for the last several years, how we kind of butted heads when he was a junior high student here at ACP. He was, to say it kindly, he was immature, very immature. We kind of butted heads. We had a tough time when he was in junior high. But I tell you, when he got into his freshman year in high school, I don't know what happened, but he really did a 180, became one of the hardest workers on our team, became one of the most respectful wrestlers on our team, just worked incredibly in the wrestling room and in the classroom. He's really turned himself into just a tremendous student athlete. He's earned a scholarship through the Army ROTC, full ride, 4-year scholarship to ASU through the ROTC program. And I couldn't be more proud of him. I've really developed a strong relationship with him, and similar to Jad and all the seniors, we're really going to miss their leadership to the team, and I'm really going to miss him. I'm going to pass it over to Coach Perez here. Since this award is named after him, he's going to say a few words, and he's going to name our Michael Perez Achievement Award winner for the year. So, Coach Perez.
Hello guys, it's Coach Perez. Thank you, Coach Huffman, for the introduction and for the introduction of the award. Before I begin, I just, it was the person who got this award. He's really grown, not only as an athlete on the mat, but also as a person. Over the last couple of years, like Coach Huffman mentioned, he's put in the work and he's put in the time. And I remember seeing him before the season started, freshman year. And he put in, the off-season work, and he was dedicated, and he made a dramatic shift as an athlete. Over the years, I've watched him wrestle and develop into a young man, and like Coach Huffman said, he's become a well-respected man, and I can't wait to see what he does in the future as well. There was a specific instance this season that really stood out to me, and I'm sure to all the other coaches as well. This young man was having I would say a challenging time with another wrestler from a school, some really good competition actually, and he had lost to him. And I remember at the dual meet we were at home, ACP dual meet, he had an amazing match nonetheless. Win or lose, it was an amazing match between two wrestlers, and he lost by 1 point. And it was a questionable call, but like I tell everybody, you can't leave it up to the refs, but nonetheless, it was awesome to see him fight that match, and that just watching him wrestle, I just saw the determination, the passion, and the perseverance that he had, and that was his obstacle this season. And then we fast forward to sectionals, and guess who he has to qualify to go to state? Is the same kid. And so I'm trying to pep talk him, and a week before the sectionals had started, he was getting ready for him, training. Focus on what he needed to do, being diligent in the room, and that was his obstacle that he had to overcome. And so when that time came, he stepped out there and he left it all on the mat, and he handedly beat him. And it was an awesome moment. The whole team loved it, and it was really a sight to see, and it was really an example of, the work that you put in is what you're going to get out, and that goes for everything in life. And so, I'm proud of you, and coaching you at State and seeing you exceed and excel on the mat was just was awesome. So, let's see if I got this right. So the Michael Perez Achievement Award this year is going to be given to Curtis Wilkerson. And I'm really proud of you, man. You've earned this. And again, I just can't wait to see what you do after high school and beyond. And I know you're going to do great things at ASU. And I look forward to seeing you around. So thank you again for putting in your time and trusting the process, man. Good luck. Apart from winning the Michael Perez Achievement Award, the Perez family wanted to announce that the recipient of this award every year will be getting a scholarship to help them with funds throughout college. So you can put these funds toward books, tuition, or anything, and we want to congratulate you on that, and you'll be getting the details of that later. So again, congratulations, Curtis. Going onwards with this, this goes for everybody, and seniors especially. Just because you're graduating, going on to college, and moving on to a different chapter of your life, I want you guys to know, and all the coaches want you to know that, what we have here is a family. And even though you may not hang out afterwards with some people or may not see them time to time, at the end of the day, you guys are a part of the ACP Wrestling family. And that goes for your families as well. So this is a community that we've built, and not only a community, but just an awesome one at that, with great people and a great support system. So you guys always have a home to come back to, and you always have a room to come back and wrestle in. So all the coaches here and me are always going to be here for you guys. So if you ever want to reach out or you need anything, you know who to call.
Thank you, Coach Perez. And I'm really happy that you hit on the family aspect of our team, because we really have created that family environment here, and we welcome all of our wrestlers to come back and come back to the room and visit us and stop by and let us know how you're doing. And you younger guys, you are a part of a great family here, and hopefully you're enjoying your experience with us. And speaking of family, our family is growing. We actually introduced a girls team, women's wrestling, this past season. We had three wrestlers that made up our team this year. So it's kind of like when Coach Perez was the only wrestler back when we started the boys wrestling team, and it kind of took a while to grow into what it is today. The girls have started their journey towards that. We actually started with 3 wrestlers, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how the girls program is going to continue to grow and develop, and it should be exciting to see. And one of our girls wrestlers, Mishi Estrada, would like to share. She has a short video clip here. She'd like to share some thoughts about girls wrestling. So,
I wouldn't have been who they needed. My success in this journey, just like every senior who must leave, aren't the medals we took or the awards we won, but rather every inspired young soul we leave behind. Success is a journey, not a destination. The incredible boys that I am infinitely proud of are leaving as seniors today, who wrote that journey with sacrifice, dedication, brotherhood, and strength. Those who return next year continue to choose to rise to the occasion and build that for themselves. And now, sisterhood has taken a seat at the table. Becca and Allie will write the future of the girls' wrestling narrative, something I waited 5 years to hear. I tell you my story today not only as a testament to those who have fought through the quiet no of society, but also in the hope that it will bring flame to the spark that is a journey ACP has begun this year with the establishment of a girls' team, and to pass on the lesson Michael's fortune cookie taught me. Those of you continuing, you hold the pen. Your actions are your ink. Write a story that draws strength from those you include. Write one that celebrates the efforts of your teammates and pushes them to live with the heart of a wrestler. As seniors, we lead the team, our journey, our success, all for you to build upon. That being said, you guys are gonna have to make the best with what you've got. When there was no one to braid my hair, I cut it off. When there was no sisterhood to be found, I tried my best to be a brother. When there was no room for me, I made my own and hoped that that room I made would one day be a path for others to follow. So now, thanks to Coach Huffman, I'm glad to announce I'll be returning next year to manage ACP's girls wrestling team. I can't wait to help Becca with her clinics and braid a ton of hair. Success is a journey, never a destination. My journey is one of the first of many that will paint the story of success for our girls team. So keep an eye out, guys. Keep your heads up, because there's so much more to come. I'll see you all next year. Good luck.
Thanks a lot, Mishi. I appreciate you putting that video together to share some thoughts on girls wrestling. I'd like to finish here by thanking some people that really helped support our program behind the scenes. They did things that really helped our program and supported us. Heather Orr, I'd like to thank her for all her help. Elizabeth Bishop, our administration, Mr. Bickus and Miss Osborne, they're always doing a lot of things to help out. They do everything they can to get us what we need and so on. So thank you to our administrators. Kelly Gibson, she went to a few of the booster meetings kind of as a liaison for our wrestling team. So thank you, Kelly, for doing that. We also had some managers this year that helped us in the room, cleaning the wrestling room, keeping time, scoring, also videotaping some of our competitions. So thank you very much to Amy Tran, Noah Croft, Mitsuaki Fukuzaki, and Andrew Din. So thank you to our managers for all their hard work. And also, special thanks to the Perez family for putting that scholarship together for our Michael Perez Achievement Award winner. That's really a kind gesture on their part. And I know every year we're going to have a really deserving person that is going to hopefully make good use of that scholarship, and I'm sure they will. So thank you very much for attaching that scholarship to this great award that we have. Lastly, I'd like to touch on the off season we have coming up. Obviously, it's not going to be our typical off season. Chandler High School has already canceled their summer camp that we go to. Western Colorado University has canceled their camp that we usually go to. So it's not going to be the normal off season that we're usually going to do. We are going to be getting some direction from the district on what we are going to be able to do. We probably are going to be able to meet distancing. We're going to have probably some things that we're going to have to do, but we will get direction on that soon, and that information will be sent out to you guys. Until that point, keep doing the workouts that I'm sending you. We might have a little bit of a different format. I might be sending you some workouts to do throughout the week. It probably won't be an everyday thing, and you'll choose which workouts you're going to do on what day, and you'll have to that a little bit more flexibility for you. But put in the time. That's what this program is about. We've been successful because of the hard work that we put in, and we want that to continue. You younger guys moving up, it's your turn now. I'd like to wish the seniors well. I've really become really close with this senior group. It's really hard to see them go. I've really developed a strong bond with all the seniors, and I wish them well. And please keep in contact. I know a lot of you will. You text me all the time. So, but keep in contact. Like Coach Perez said, we're a family. Come back and visit. Let us know how you're doing, and be a part of the family. So continue to work out, younger guys, and I look forward to seeing you when we can. Take care.